Alright, this is Rob Reyffdesigns, and this is another episode. We're doing the fog lights for a Indian Pursuit dark horse, and didn't come with them. So Mark, who's going to be joining with me today, is bought the kit. We thought we would share that with you guys. All right, so today I have Mark. He's here with me today. There he is. And we're going to go over the kit that he brought so everyone kind of has an idea what comes with it. Basically, of course, you got your lights. You're going to have your switch. It's going to go on the left-hand side. You got your module. It's called a VRMS, I believe. That's what Indian calls it. And that will go into the fairing area. You got your nuts and bolts, got your harnesses, and you got your two light harnesses. So that's really about it. We're going to go ahead and start taking apart the bike. Taking off the fairing, you've got to take off your insert here. It's got 3 bolts, 1, 2, 3. You got your speaker, you got to take your speaker grill off. You got your bolts right here. In your cubby, you've got a bolt right here. And last but not least, you have a bolt right here. So this portion we're going to speed up as we take this apart and get into the fairing area. Alright, so during this video I lost some audio because my son was helping me out, and well, he had been put on slow-mo, so we've sped this out to work. But basically right here I'm talking about the VRMS that you get with the kit and the location that it goes to. It goes on the tray right below and right to the right of the motor, or looking at it be left of the motor for the windshield. But anyways, there's these two quick disconnect connectors underneath. And what Indian has done, they've actually been pretty smart. They actually wire, seems like to me like all of the bikes the same. And that way you can always plug and play certain items or add certain items depending on the model that you buy. So basically we disconnected the 2 plugs underneath. One of them is for the actual harness that goes for both sides of the lights themselves, and then the other plug is actually for the VRMS, the module that you're going to use for fog lights. That's basically what this module is for completely. And so with that, here I'm just trying to figure out how I want to route that wiring, because it's underneath before and has to plug in. And the biggest thing you have to worry about right here is how the wiring is going to be around the windshield motor. So you kind of want to route that harness, that plug, to make sure that you're not going to have any interference with the windshield. So here I've disconnected it again, as you can see, because the fact that I didn't like how it was routed. So just kind of take your time with that. Just kind of manipulate that harness around until you plug it into the module and the routing's all correct, because later on in the video you'll see that we'll zip tie things and make sure everything is tight away from things that are moving and so forth. But so yeah, right here I'm just moving the harness around, making sure that it's got good clearance, and I didn't quite like it the way it was before, so we rerouted it and kind of like taking a look at it with Mark, seeing how we want to route that. Most Pursuits that are fully loaded will already have this installed for the fog light portion. So here we've kind of finished it up. the module kind of has clips that it kind of slides into, and then all you have to do is put one little screw. I think it's a 1032 screw, and I want to say it's probably a number 5mm Allen. So there you go, it's installed. So basically here we're talking about the plug. There's a plug that's a dummy plug that's for the light switch itself, and we put that right there. Anyways, there's a way to you have to actually kind of get it from the back side, because there's these two prongs, as I'm about to show you right here, that you have to push in to push that thing out. And so we've already pushed it out, but on the back side of this plug, you have to kind of see how it's routed up in there, but I used a long screwdriver to basically push the prongs inward, and then so I could get enough play on that plug to pull it out. So anyways, here's the new plug, brand new, it's clocked, same kind of keyway thing, and we put it in, and so we're just running the wiring and we're pushing it through, and we're just going to basically, it's just once you get it close enough, you basically make sure the key is correct and you push and go. So there you are. So inside this in the cubby hole area, again, Indian has helped us out, put a plug in there so we can connect that switch to it. And to me, it seems like they've made all the harnesses all the same for all the pursuits and challengers, so they have an option to plug and play later on if you don't have that option with your bike. So here we are, we've just taken the cover off of that plug that's been just sitting there, and we're just going to plug and play and install it. And that's really about it for the button. The button now is installed, and later on we'll kind of zip tie all that wiring up and away. Here we're just routing the wiring from the actual kit, and trying to route the wiring through the holes, make sure it's all around the certain areas of the windshield motor, and just making sure that it looks, it's a clean installation. Other than that, I mean, it's really just running the wiring and trying to figure out how you want it underneath your fairing. So it makes it very simple. As you can see, the wiring from one side to the other side actually kind of goes through the middle and then upward. And I'm just trying to route it the best way I feel that we get enough slack and that it fits well within the bike itself. As you can see, there's holes on both sides, right hand sides, kind of like a routing hole, I guess, for wiring. And we're just installing it through there and putting it all the way down. So there we go. I'm just kind of showing you how the wiring is routed underneath. There are clips that hold other wiring. You just kind of route that wiring through those clips. And basically that's it in a nutshell for the wiring. As you can see, we're just continually just route it around up. And just trying to follow the other harnesses that are there that we could zip tie that harness later on in the installation. So yeah, that's basically it. Both sides have wiring harnesses inside the cubby holes, and I'm just showing you a clip where we put the other wiring through, and just kind of reclip all those harnesses in those areas. Other than that, again, it's just continually just running the wiring around. We got to take the outer casing off, which is this piece right here. So that's what Mark's doing right now. So there's two on top and there's one on the bottom. And there's one right here.
Something that I know that Mark and I were talking about is that these screws go into a brass fitting that are actually glued into the, or probably melted into the plastic as they mold this. So that's why a lot of times you'll never see me use any kind of pneumatic tool or something of the sort, because I just don't want to. We've already had to clean out one of these receptacles. So, all right. Nolan, get me in here, buddy. All right. Next, this cap. You can take the cap off with not having to remove every single thing out of there. It's just 3 bolts. I just don't know. You might have to pull this side off. Okay. Yep. You're going to have to pull the side off, Nolan. Which sucks, but it is what it is. All right, so we have to get 10 millimeters. Let's go and pop that off. Yeah, take these off. We're going to have to get a 10 millimeter. This side's different because you have the brake and all that in there.
Oh, we got to pop. We really got to pop it off.
You have to really pop it off. We got lucky on the other side. Okay. What do we?
Oh. There we go. We just got to turn it sideways.
Perfect.
Probably.
Oh, look how much easier that is. All right. So we'll go to the bench and finish this up.
Now we can use our bench.
All right.
Here we go.
Oh, goodness. That's what the fun of this is all about, right? All right.
Now we can stand up.
Things you learn. So just pull your fairing off. I thought we got away with the other side, and we'll show how we did that. Do an overview. Remember, there's a 10 millimeter bolt that goes in this. This other top bit is encapsulated with the piece that's still on the bike. We're going to take this cover off, take this plug off. That's all that's holding that. Next, we're going to set this up. So this cover has a keyway, in a sense, for the light itself. And that's important because you can change that, which Mark and I did notice. So as you can see, these have slats, and that slat has to fit into that keyway. Come on. Okay. Is that right, Mark? I think so, yeah, okay. All right, so now we'll start over upside down. Okay. Sorry about that. All right, so the Indian should be facing upward with the eye. So that should be somewhat like that. That wiring comes over here.
It comes out of this hole right here.
That's right. That's right. Okay. So we gotta put our harness through there. Okay, now we're smoking this. Now we act like we know what we're doing here. All right, we'll turn it over. Does it have to be keyed?
Maybe one click over.
All right, we're gonna go back to the bike, kind of take a quick look.
I think that's good, Rob.
Yeah, it looks correct to me.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Matches the other one.
It's a lot easier to get it placed correctly on the bike, but all right, so that's the, it's capsulated with the light in there. Again, the harness will follow right into here. We'll take out the slack out of that a little bit. The kit does come with these bolts, and you know, if you somehow lose every single bolt you just took off the bike to do this, maybe that's why they send you all these bolts. If not, now you have extra bolts for other projects. Okay. Now we just need to place that back in there and get everything kind of lined up. Next, we're going to go ahead and you want to loosen that top bit, these. Remember, we're going to have that loosened anyway for the wiring.
Oh, yeah. That would go over the pod. I bet it does.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Let's try it in there, because I know that does come out that side. Yep. Okay. Oh, we want to go over the top, actually. Okay, beautiful.
Did we get inside? Oh, that's it.
I've got to get the 10 millimeter on there.
Okay.
So again, you have 2 screws up here. And we do have a 10 millimeter bolt right here. And that will go like so. So we have that bolt there, right there. And Marcus, these guys let you know. So the wiring harness comes up, comes around. These fit in the last 2 bolts up here. And basically at that point, we're now ready to put the fairing back on. Let's go over the other side too real quick, because we have Reyff for both fairings. So on this side, we did it thinking that we would just mimic the other side, which we did not mimic. But we were able to take this cover off without taking this fairing off, which now, you know, you got 2 bolts up top. 1, 2. And then you've got a bolt on the bottom on both of these right here, and that's 10 millimeter. and then this whole piece will come off. So it's probably a lot easier that way. But to clock the light, you want to clock the light so it actually looks correct on the bike. And that could be, you could screw that up if you didn't clock it right, and then you put it on, then you take it back off, take it back on, so forth, so on. But so both of our lights are clocked. They look great. Again, the harnesses are going through both sides. On both sides of these fairings. Okay, there's a small hole that fits through right there. Comes up. You can see the harness right here. And now we just got to connect it to our little plug right here in a few minutes. So we'll finish up putting the fairing on next. All right, so we're putting back the fairing piece. And it's something kind of funky. There's a right here, if you look, there's a bolt right here. This piece right here has to fit right here. Okay, so that little hook, this piece here has to fit into this sleeve. So you kind of have to kind of line that piece right into that, and then it'll. Let me see real quick. Okay, just like that. Wah, bah, boom. Okay, is anyone good on there?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll start the next side. All right. So, put the fairing on. There we go. There we go.
Man, it just strips off the paint.
That might be some key up.
Huh?
That might be the deal thing too, you know.
You'll put this in there, my hip. This little mouse.
You might leave that in there.
I need a little oil, I guess. That's my porcelain hip.
All right, now we just gotta zip tie things and make them pretty. Let's get this wiring figured out over here though, because this one goes up. Should go around. Plug in there. Okay. And if we turn it on, turn your bike on. All right. Is that recording? Mm-hmm. Oh, good. All right. So there's the other harness right here. We're not going to zip tie everything yet, but it comes through here for the left-hand side. Comes up, down, down the hole, around, down here by the fairing, front fairing portion. And we will zip tie this harness right here to pretty it up to the roll bar portion of it. We should be able to test it right now and it should come on.
Okay.
Without the light. So, good indication, we just started it. We have our light right here. That's good to note.
No lights.
Okay.
Wonder if we have to have. Wonder if they're connected to the headlight. Through.
Should it be? Should not be. Let's see. I don't think it has to be programmed. All right, so we're gonna zip tie some of the harness up, kind of clean up the wiring just a little bit, and we're gonna keep things out of the weather and such. Okay. So then we want to, this harness comes over here, just zip tie it right here, just to pretty it up. I'm not saying it's absolutely necessary, but it makes a cleaner looking job. Okay. Next we're going to go ahead and zip tie the down in here. Yep. We'll run a couple zip ties in through here, and then we'll bring them around. Okay.
Cut this off, can I?
Yep. Okay.
Okay,
Cut
so
it
they,
as straight as you can. All right. So I'm going to run this once he gets done.
let's tape it off.
We're going to hide this behind the bar. Okay. Another trick I like to do is always use flush cuts, meaning that this is always flush. And we will cut this right here when you can't cut yourself. And then we will rotate it around where you can't see it. And then this one, we'll rotate it right here, this knuckle. We'll cut it. And we'll rotate it, okay? And this will hang out in here. So now we got a zip tie in the cubby hole. Okay. Is that enough play? This really depends on how you want it, you know, Mark, because I am going to zip tie this up in here like this. Like that. And the main reason why is so you can get your cubby in and out of there easier. Okay, how are we looking?
Good.
Okay. Look good?
Yep.
Okay.
Professionally installed.
All right.
Cutting it.
But here we will zip tie that in here.
You need a zip tie?
Yep. Unless I can get it, I think I can get it right here.
Huh?
Never mind, we're good. There's a clip in there that we can use.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, up on the side there?
Yeah, right in here there's a clip. Let's clip right there. So now we're gonna basically put this baby back together. Oh, we need a zip tie this side. Okay, let me see these. Okay, go ahead and back that off. I need one more long one.
Okay.
Let me change this.
You want
first.
more?
Hold on.
More slack?
1 second. I'll give you more slack in a second.
Oh, okay. Cut that off.
Boom. Okay. And this, I think will be just fine, just like that. Okay.
That's just like that, isn't
those are funky, and I'll tell you why. They're held on with a C-clamp.
Okay.
So this is held, there's 2 C-clamps here,
Yeah.
and there's a C-clamp that holds it onto the bar.
I see.
And that's why there's flex in it.
So
It's not like a hard mounted
yeah.
piece.
What I might do some days is just get a piece of rubber that goes around the quad lock bars and put it on inside that.
Yeah.
That'll make it, you know, quieter, I guess.
But I don't know if you're ever gonna hear that going 85 miles an hour.
No.
Maybe. I guess right now we're ready to put the fairing back on. Okay. Watch the thing on. Feel that. I do the handle of me. You want to start freeze? There it goes. There it goes. Proceed. Here. Yep. All the way. Yep. He's got a catch. He's really hot. No, the catch is very cool. This is ready now. I'm gonna play that one. I need 8. Basically, we've got this thing done. One thing that we did find out, we got to talk to the dealership, is that those modules are not programmed from Indian, which makes no sense, but maybe they're programmed to your bike. Mark's got to go take this down and get it programmed. But if we turn it on, you can see that the light is on. So at least you have an indication that, okay, it should be working. But again, the module itself has to be programmed to the bike. And so that's basically next steps. We'll get back with Mark after he gets it programmed and then take a looky-loo at it. So, until we get that done, yeah, we'll see you soon.
Okay.